Hello, fight fans. George Hansen, the Pope of Pugilism. I'm here today at the Harrowgate Boxing Club with the man, the myth, the legend, and I have to say it right, Charlie Sgrillo,
Good.
Who's been here for over 50 years. And to my right, we have boxing trainer, Navy veteran, Timmy Sinese. We're here to talk about Harrowgate. Welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome to you.
Charlie, talk to me about Harrowgate, man. I mean, you've been doing an amazing job with the young people in this community, training them, teaching discipline through boxing. Talk to me about it and your passion.
Well, I'll give you the whole story.
Okay.
I was the last one on board when we got this place.
Okay.
Mike DeLeo, I think his name was. He worked for Channel 10. John Gallagher, Eddie Lowry, and another guy who did it. And then they asked me to come up to it. I come on board. Me and John hit it off, and we were saying when we seen this building, it was trashed.
This was like 50 years ago, 1970?
46, 1972.
1972,
Yeah, it's
okay.
about 46. Anyway, it needed boot crew work, you know, so we got together and these guys start to pull out like they didn't, because we said we have to do it. We had no money to do anything. So they said Mikey backed out, the other guy backed out, Larry backed out because he was too busy. So me and John got started on it. We got some kids to help us out. We got the Army help us out a little bit. We had a house that was adjacent to this building, and we were trying to knock it down, and somebody called up on us because we had the license to do it, and the city sent somebody to.
Okay.
But they did a rotten job too, though. We had to get somebody else to come in and fill all the hole up. Anyway, we opened up and, you know, got some kids to come in, and as we go along, we start getting better and better, you know. And we've run through some nice fighters, not world champions, all of them, but nice fighters, nice people.
Right.
And like I said, John and I wound up taking it all over ourselves. John was the financial guy, I was the guy in the gym. And that's it. Yeah, I was a truck driver, teamster for 35 years. And my problem was I was getting up like 5 o'clock in the morning, leaving my house at 6, getting into work by 6:30. And I'd be working till like 7:30 at night. By the time I come over to the gym, most of the kids are gone, you know? That's how I missed out on guys like Freddie McMahon. I helped out a little bit, but I missed out on Freddie McMahon, Ryan McGinley, another guy I missed out on. I helped a little bit, but not much. Anthony Boyd was actually sent up for me by his dad. But by the time I come over here, Jack Costello wind up, you know, and then that's the other thing. Jack Costello came on board as one of our trainers. You know.
But it's been amazing, man, and what many people don't know, you're one of the guys, it's a group that I call lifers, who started boxing at a very young age and continued their entire life. We talk about Mitch Allen, Tony Bersani, Charles Cornbread Ramey, the great Fred Jenkins, the gentleman from Frank Walker,
Willie Reddish.
Willie Reddish. We can go on and on. Guys who've been in boxing their entire lives helping fighters. You've been doing this for 40-something years. You started, talk about your amateur career and your pro career. You just didn't get into boxing through Harrowgate.
Well, actually, that's what I did up at Joe Frazier's dinner.
Okay.
Birthday party. And I gave him a rundown of what I'd done. I had 5 amateur fights.
Right.
In fact, I started out the non-pro gym. Let's get that right. Non-pro with good top-notch fighters. Len Matthews, Douglas Chavez, a few other fighters.
Right.
Don Warner, Von Clay. And I had the privilege of fighting on Von Clay's
You fought at the arena.
World title fight when he fought Harold Johnson.
Right.
I mean, I think it was the 6th round that I had on that one. And let's see, from there I wound up going pro. I had 20 pro fights. Then after I got done in boxing, somebody got me involved going over Henley's.
The old Henley's.
Yeah, the old Henley's.
Right.
And there was a guy, Tommy Reed, a referee, right? and I criticized him. And Mickey Grandinetti heard me. And he said, well, if you think you can do such a good job, why don't you become a referee? Well, I did. I turned up. Fitzpatrick from 69th Street helped me out, gave me little spots here and there. Then I got involved with the amateurs, and then I finally went pro. In fact, Winslow McCall, who was my first trainer, I did an exhibition bout over at DM Westmoreland, and Zach Clayton was the commissioner at that time.
Okay.
Right?
Old referee Zach Clayton.
Yeah.
Man, just
So-
going a long way back.
So I'm in there. After I get done boxing, I go in and I change, and I come out, and Winslow said, man, how you been doing? I said, great, how you doing? You know, but he trained Lynn Matthews. So I said, but you know, I'm trying to get in the refereeing. I don't know, for some reason, they're not making a move on me. He says, go back and change and come out and see me. By the time I changed and come back to see him, he talked to Zach. Zach said, send your resume in, bingo.
You became a referee.
One, two, three.
Let Timmy, you've been here 5 years.
Going on 5.
Going on 5 years. I
I've seen that
see
long.
you guys working with so many kids. Talk to me about the passion and the work you guys are doing in this community, man, because it's quite remarkable.
Well, just to see a kid that you're, coming from an environment like this, maybe most of them come from one parent house. Some of them raised by their siblings, their brothers, their grandparents. I mean, and just have them just void of that outside. In coming here, I mean, they're not all going to be world champions. I mean, they're coming here to learn how to box, but they're learning life skills, how to deal social, get some social skills, discipline, to form relationships, things of that nature, which is going to be something they're going to carry on through their life. Because, I mean, like, we had the one kid, Adolfo Serrano.
Right.
All right, now, here's a man that Charlie actually saved, in my opinion. He was going in place, he was in placement, and they were going to put him away, I believe, in Oregon or something. And in the middle of the court thing, Charlie stands up and says, I'll take him. And the judge went, you got him. You got him. So he actually lived with Charlie, and he became really quite a good boxer. But we had a lot of the kids excel, Ricardo Ortiz, we had Elijah Hunt, Tajon King. Recently,
Corey, that one guy on the right-hand side there.
Anthony Ramirez.
He was like Anthony. He was like a half-ass.
Yeah, and he was going to go pro. Something happened. It didn't work out. But one of the nicest guys you ever meet. A very good boxer. Has a good job.
Right.
Well, I hate to say this, but I got him a job.
He got him.
Well, here's the thing. He was living in a truck.
I remember. I've seen the interview.
And what's the name? Hector took him and helped him out and all. And he started coming in his gym. I introduced him to lawyers, friends of mine, Joe Marino, Steve Marino, and Joe Adino. And Stevie wound up getting him a job with the city, where he now works.
Man.
And I think he's trying to become a probation officer.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. But we look at it, and a lot of people don't know. And maybe we should just go down what I call the Harrowgate Walk of Fame. Let's name some of the famous fighters here. I know
you got
Danny Garcia.
I mean, a world
Danny
champion.
Garcia started here.
David Reed, gold medalist.
David Reed, gold medalist.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Name a few others.
Well, like I said, you had Freddie McMahon. They weren't
Freddie McMahon, right? He was a
but
good
they
fighter.
were 10-round fighters.
Right.
Got posters up there.
Well, here's the story. Kevin Bernard.
Kevin Bernard. There's a kid who had no education.
Yes. No,
I had no education. I wanted to get a high school diploma, so instead of getting one of them chicken stuff, I went to go the full bag.
Man.
So it took me 6 years to get my damn thing. So here, in the meantime, I was training Kevin, and he wanted to go to school. So I said, come on up. So he wound up going to school with me, and back and forth. And I graduated. He got his certificate to say he graduated high school. And now I think he's a sergeant, or he's trying for a sergeant.
No, he is a sergeant.
Oh,
he
is a
tried
sergeant
for the
now.
lieutenant's
police
test, and it didn't quite pan out that way. But listen, he's doing a great job. He coaches kids down Rock Ministries. He, and he's out there every day putting his life on the line.
And I gave him a little situation where when he was training with me, I said, you got to go all out or you're not going to go out with me. I had him scheduled for a fight, 4-rounder up off of Frankfurt Avenue here somewhere. And my wife calls me. She was a worker in the Armingo Diner. And she says, guess who's here? I said, whoa. She said, Kevin. Time out.
We're getting a signal from our director here. But let's talk about the time you guys are here and what time you open, what time you close, how many days per week, how they can get in touch with you. Because I think Charlie rather, most people should know you guys been here for 50 years or 48 years. And you're doing this because you're passionate about boxing. You're helping kids. You're making a huge difference.
Help me.
You're making a huge difference. How can people get in touch with Harrowgate Boxing
Well,
Club?
with Facebook now, I'm on it.
He's on it forever.
Charlie's on it, but he's not on it.
Now I see Charlie on there. He's one of my friends. But
That's why a lot of people will say, "Why ain't Charlie responding?" It's not. He's just not on it. So
I've been lazy on
to
that.
get in touch with them, they're probably better off reaching me. And then,
what's the address? Give us the
it's
address.
1920 East Venango.
1920
East
Venango.
Venango.
What time do you open up?
4
every day?
o'clock. We
4
close
o'clock.
7:30.
7:30.
It varies.
most times
Sometimes
we don't.
we're a little later with some of the kids have work, so they show a little late. Now, we open on weekends sometimes if we got kids competing,
In
like
the
the clubs are coming up and things like that in nature.
Which we'll be doing
And
this
we
week.
this comes out of our personal time.
Right.
I mean, we don't make a dime for this. And, all we ask is that the kids respect that, because sometimes they'll say, we'll be here, you coming in Saturday, we'll be here Saturday, and they won't show up. They won't even call, so.
That's
but,
it.
I tell you one thing I'm proud of here. As I said, I've been here 46 years, right? Me, John, mostly. And what I'm proud about is I tolerate no nonsense.
We know that.
Okay? No cursing,
Yep.
no racial jokes, no name calling or anything,
Right.
no food, no drink. I let them drink a water or a soda once in a while.
If we catch you
Well,
having fun.
Yeah. But no, and the good thing, what I'm proud about is I've never had any kind of racial incidents. And I have black kids, Puerto Rican kids, Italian kids, Pole. I got the whole board.
got everybody.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm proud of. It's that because I try to stress to these kids, we're all the same. We're here all to do one thing: become world champions. If you can become a world champion, you'll make me a bigger shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but that's one thing people can say, Charlie.
I love it. I mean, not to interrupt you, but I love being in boxing because boxing taught me how to be around black people, Puerto Rican people, any kind of person. And I've always carried myself the right way. And you respect people. And if you respect people, they'll respect you back. And that's what we have to do. We all can live good if we all can do that.
And I tell people this, I've been in the gym since I was 11 years old, and truly some of the greatest people I've met have been in a boxing gym.
Absolutely.
Some of the best people I've met in my life has been in a boxing gym, and you're absolutely right.
It's the great equalizer. I mean, it puts everybody.
Meritocracy exists in a boxing gym.
Yeah.
If you can fight, people don't care where you come from,
it.
how much money you have, the name of your parents, we don't care. If you can block a left hook and throw a right hand, you can block a left hook and throw a right hand. So it's a true equalizer. And I just want to say this to everyone who's watching. You should be commended for all the work you've done. 46 years of looking out for kids. It's remarkable.
You don't realize how.
The mayor should call you down and give you the key to the city.
That's
It's
true.
an incredible job.
He might run. He might run.
And it's incredible to be in this community, so people should know that. You're one of the lifers, along with some of the guys I've mentioned. You guys have been doing this for so long, and you should be commended, and we appreciate what you do. And for Timmy, man, it's a pleasure that you're up here helping Charlie, doing what you've been doing, and helping these kids, keeping them off the streets.
Well, what's funny is I knew back when I was at Henley's. I mean, I seen Charlie. He was still he trained a couple of my friends. When I
I've been
was down
seeing him
here.
my whole life.
Yeah. So when I
I'm only
seen him at that
29.
time, I was a younger kid. He was still coaching. So the relationship's obviously different now, you know. But then years later, I was, I ran into a friend of mine that I grew up with and went to the gym, Buddy Osborne, and I started training down at Rock Ministries for a while. Then I got hurt. So anyway, I was over, this is like back in 2007. So I was over getting my truck inspected across the street here with a friend that owns the garage that I also grew up with as a kid. And Charlie was there, and I'm talking. I says to Charlie, I says, you know, I'm watching the Steve Cunningham fight on TV, and I goes, there's a guy in this corner. I says, you know, it's Buddy Osborne.
It's Buddy Osborne,
And
yep.
Charlie said, Timmy goes, he's got that gym down at Kensington, Somerset. I said, I passed it 1,000 times. I even looked in it. I said, I thought it was just some phony looking gym, you know. Back then, it was just getting started. I said, well, let me get down. So I'm walking down on Somerset Street. It was summertime. The sun was out. It just happened that Buddy was outside. And I'm walking over and I holler, Mark, Mark. Now, nobody knows, not most people know his real name. You know, so he looked over and he's going, Timmy Sinese. I said, Buddy, you know. So he says, why don't you come and help? And I says, I will. He didn't think I would, but then I did. So I was there for maybe about a little over 6 years. And I was the team boxing manager before Johnny Rivera. And then when I got hurt, Johnny Rivera took over, and Buddy said, when I got better, he goes, you want to take it? I said, no. I goes, Johnny's doing a good job. I goes, so I came up here, and I started talking to him, and Hector was. They said, do you mind helping out? I said, you know, I really don't. I says, I'm in and out of the hospital. I says, I don't want to commit to something and not be able to do it. And they're going, well, just come once in a while. And next thing you know, I can been coming every day since.
That's the way they hook you in.
Yeah, I'm here every day.
But it's great, man, and I just want to wrap up and tell everybody, please, if you're in the community, Harrowgate section of Philadelphia, please stop in the Harrowgate Boxing Club. We got the legend himself, Charlie Sgrillo. The man's been here since Jack Johnson had his first amateur fight.
Yeah.
He has his right-hand man, Timmy Sinese. Please come on down, and remember, continue to watch Boxing 396. We document the greatest city of boxing, the capital of boxing, city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Thank you again, gentlemen.
Okay, my pleasure. Also, before you shut it off, I would like you to say, look at all that. That's all history right up there. These are kids that have been coming in and out.
I'm sure Chris Tony's gonna go up there and look at your Hall of Fame here. Well, man.
For example, this kid, Anthony Boyle, he's doing great. He's got a business, owns some property. He owns that little Sgrillo. I got one of these other guys in there. Nate Miller, I got my boy Nate.
Here goes some of the older crew, the lawyers, and
Man.
did we train lawyers as well and
Yes.
DAs?
We have
Got everybody
We
up
also
here.
train girls. We got one or two up here somewhere.
Yeah, we make no distinction. If you
Yeah.
can fight, you can
You can
fight.
fight.
Here's
You can fight.
a picture of Charlie when he was boxing with
Yeah,
the
look at
other owner, John Gallagher.
I look
Man,
like
wait
a
a
killer,
minute.
man. Yeah, I look like a killer.
That's Charlie.
Don't even ask who won. It's
Man.
obvious. It's obvious. All you gotta do is look at it.
Well, I apologize, Charlie, but you'll get him next time.
Got everybody up here.
Nate.
Yeah.
David Reed again.
Yeah. There's Chucky T there.
Yeah.
Remember Chucky T?
Yeah.
You got Ivan Robinson.
There's Matt Franklin.
Yeah.
Muhammad.
Side, yeah.
I did his fight with Richie Cates. One of the best
Our
fights
number
I
one
did.
fighter is up here.
Mr.
You
Hearn.
leaving, man?
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta come back another day to
All right, definitely.
get an interview with
All right,
you.
Here's one of
All right,
some
sounds
of the
good.
most
I see you
recent.
got-
Here's like a recent.
Here's
Tommy Hearn trained here.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Kids from.
That's Joey Javon.
I know
That
that.
boy there.
See, I remember Joe just as a little fat kid
Yeah.
that could fight.
Ivan Robertson, you got.
Tommy Hearn trained here. I'm just making that up.
What's his name?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
You
used
know,
to
I
bo-
you know I
used to
did the
box
last.
with him at
You know I did
Paso.
the last interview with him.
Did you?
Yeah, I did a story
Yeah.
on him. I did the last interview.
I heard his wife's not doing well.
Do you remember when they used to put things in the paper?
Yeah.
Well, look, show them this, John.
I remember Joe.
Here,
Joe
this is
Giordano,
a
I did the
paper.
last interview with him.
Here's like.
This is what they don't do anymore.
Yeah.
Frankie Devano, Tony Kershaw,
Benny
friend
Briscoe?
of mine. Benny Briscoe, Rudy Davis, Johnny Gilmore, Johnny Knight. I fought Johnny Knight in my
I remember
fifth fight.
he used to run Marion Anderson wreck.
Yeah.
God, darn.
Yeah.
The Rev.
There's the old, I got Kid in Haywood with the commissioner, former commissioner.
Man, you got everybody in here.
Yeah,
Some
we
of
got
the old
tons of
school. That's
Yeah.
There's
some guys from the PAL,
Yeah. It's Mike Radford. I mean, Johnny
Gilmore.
Johnny Gilmore. Yeah.
Yeah.
He fought really
God,
The
best.
sad thing is a lot of them guys ain't doing good. That's the sad
You
thing.
got a lot of
Then I got my man Marvin Hagler.
marvelous one. God,
You
darn.
got Vic Diamond. who
Oh, that's
used
a
to
real
fight.
autograph?
Here we go. Here's your boy
Yeah.
again.
You got, man, you got everything autographed.
Yeah. I had a friend of mine who used to.
Tony
There's
Canzanieri.
my man Sugar Ray.
Yeah. That's a real autograph?
That's a real one. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with all this stuff?
Keep it.
Okay.
Take it with us. When
He's going to leave it.
He's Sonny.
Man,
Here's
you got
Joe
something
Frazier with his nephew. I think that was his
listed?
nephew
Okay,
there.
Becky and Jeff.
Oh yeah, Jeff Chandler and what's her name?
K.O. Becky.
K.O.
Yeah.
Becky.
Okay,
Becky O'Neill. Yeah.
Carlos Ortiz. You got
Now, here's a guy
Here's
that
a
didn't
naked
get
fight.
much paper print, but he was a hell of a fighter. Joey J. Amber.
Yeah.
He was a lot like Joey Giardello. I think
You
that
doing
was the
some-
problem.
Oh, you got Floyd Patterson.
Alfonso
Oh,
Heyman.
Sandy
Remember him?
Sadler.
You remember Alfonso?
na 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 na